Okay, so here we are again. It is morning time. I just came back. I couldn't go to Delaware. $18 damn toll. Maybe if you got blood and a lot of money. So I'm on my way to Washington, D.C. Not to start a riot, as most people would think I was going to do. Or would do. Does sound fun, though. Sounds really fun. But I ain't going to start a riot. Really does sound fun. But we're going to go see the White House and see Capitol Hill and see Abraham, say what's up to him, tell him thanks for freeing the blacks. Racism, I don't believe in it. I served in the military. Really isn't a whole lot of racism in the military. We all get treated like shit. Most any black, Hispanic, Mexican, it doesn't matter what you are, we all got treated like shit in basic. We was all equals. And that's what the military is trying to teach people. We're all equals. We're all equally worthless. If you ain't rich, you ain't shit. Nowadays, they want people to end the racism. Racism didn't start with us. Poor people don't care. We really don't. It's rich people. Rich people started the KKK. Rich people started slaving people. Poor people don't own slaves. I'm white. My ancestors are white. But they didn't own slaves. Poor people don't own slaves. And in fact, I'm pretty sure that there hasn't been a color or creed yet that hasn't been a slave. Check your facts. That's serious. You know who owned slaves? Rich people. That always own slaves. Whites, blacks, it doesn't matter. We are all slaves to the system. To this day, we are slaves to the system. If you ain't part of that special little clique, you enslaved. You have the illusion of being free. We ain't free by no means. In fact, we are far from free. Nobody thought about the fact that every little choice that we make comes with a dire consequence from our governments. And I'm not just talking about USA government. I'm talking about all governments. They control all of it. They control how we live, how we breathe, how we die. You see me? You see where that fucking seatbelt is? It stays right there. If I don't want to wear my seatbelt, I shouldn't have to. It's my life. Now, if my passengers are in here, I would like to make sure that they wear their seatbelts, only because I'm driving and I don't want to be responsible for their life. I want to make sure they're safe. But my own damn self, I should be free to do whatever in the hell I want. To a point. We do need laws. We need some variation of authority. But we don't need 1,000 laws being passed in one single night. I was up one night and I seen that our lawmakers passed 340 something laws in one night. We never know about any of these laws. And they're continuously getting passed all the time. Why? To keep people like us down. Keep people like us afraid. It goes the same way with religion, churches. They have oppressed us. And I ain't bagging on religion. Religion is good. Religion was created as a means to show us how to practice spirituality. Somewhere down the line, we got some evil people that got inside the churches. You see it all the time. You know I ain't lying. They got in there, they corrupted it, they twisted the words, took us so far from spirituality, it's hard to get connected to God. And I ain't bagging on anybody that goes to church. At least you're trying to make that effort. And I'm not bagging on any preacher or father or priest that actually wants to preach the good word. It's not your fault. You're just preaching the wrong word. You're not practicing. A lot of y'all ain't practicing what you preach. But that's not your fault. That's the way you was taught. I'm here to teach you a different way. Spiritualism doesn't take much. It doesn't take much at all. But it all starts with mindfulness. That's where it all starts. Just being mindful of your thoughts, your actions, and the words that come out of your mouth. Am I saying that you have to act and think like Jesus? Not necessarily. I go through every day and I cuss. I get a bad thought or two that pop up in my head when some asshole cuts me off. But how I choose to perceive those thoughts, how I choose to act on those thoughts, that's what makes the difference. I look at every one of my thoughts from a stand back point, from a sniper point, I guess you would say. And I choose to think, well, is this thought good for me? Or is this thought bad for me? This thought doesn't get me any further in my goals. I cast it away. I recognize the thought. I recognize the emotion that comes with it. The anger, the jealousy, the joy, the happiness, the sadness. I recognize those emotions. And I throw it away. Do not get attached to the emotions. Those emotions, whether they be good or bad, weigh you down. And each time you attach yourself to another emotion and another emotion and another emotion, that cycle continues again, and it never stops. You must fly through life unattached to anything. You can have a lover, you can have a friend, mother, father. You can love them dearly, but not be attached. You get what I'm saying? If you don't, you try a different way. You ever attach yourself to a person because you think that you love them, so you attach to them? And I know most of y'all are guilty of this. Like 99% of y'all. Well, Imagine just loving them, but knowing that one day they're going to leave you through death or just through their own life journey. Or maybe your life journey takes you away from them. You attach your energy to that person, and it makes it so hard to walk away from anything. And I'm not saying it's easy to walk away from somebody that you love. But when you unattach yourself and still love them, if something was to happen, you can walk away without having the burden of the emotions stuck up on you, leaving you in a distorted state of mind. I'm so depressed. I'm going to eat chocolate and bonbons and ice cream, and I'm just going to fill myself up, and I'm going to kill this bitch, and I'm going to stab her family, and I'm going to mark her kids, and not good. It's not good at all. I've been like that. It's not safe for anybody. I want y'all to try looking at everybody as an energy that has nothing to do with skin and flesh. Just see them as balls of light. And if you could do that, you might start seeing little something different in how you act and treat to people, and how you attach yourself to things. Once again, you ain't supposed to attach yourselves, but if you can step back and look at it from a different perspective, you might see how you attach yourself and how to unattach yourself. I know a lot of this might be confusing, but if you practice that mindfulness, just be mindful of your thoughts and your actions. Try it. Look it up. Google it. Mindfulness. Self-awareness. It's got all the basic steps. Everything I know is all things that I have been downloaded with, but I researched it all on the internet using discernment to find out what's truth and what's real. You know how I did that? By practicing all of it. Reading all of it. It's hard to see the truth when there's so many lies around us. But if you practice using mindfulness, eventually, man, all the pain and all the anguish that you've been through, man, that all comes into play. It really does. It makes you so strong and so wise, so knowledgeable. Man, all the experiences that you learn, it really does. It kicks up and comes right into play. So then, next thing you know, you smell somebody's bullshit a mile away. Yellow flags and red flags start popping up all around you. And you're like, ooh, I know this fool be on some dumb shit. Let me go ahead and stay away from this asshole guy. Let me go ahead and stay away from this bitch. Because there are a lot of them out there. Assholes and bitches. Every one of y'all are mean. Nasty towards each other. Guys cheating on women. Women cheating on guys. For what? If you don't like the woman, if you don't like the guy, fucking leave. It's a simple choice. It's an easy choice. But you can't because you attached yourself to that energy. You want to leave, but you can't. You're attached. You have to make the choice. Do you want this or do you not? It's not a hard choice. It's a yes or no fucking answer. Do I want to be treated like shit? No. Do I want to be smacked the fuck up, smacked around, treated like a whore, treated like a hoe? No. Then walk away. Go find yourself first. You find yourself first, I promise you, the right person will find you after that. I still have yet to find that right person. But after all the shit that I've been through, I lost that positive energy in me. Women stopped responding to me. No matter how sexy I looked, I wasn't getting any eyeballs. No female was looking at me. Nobody cared. Couldn't find a relationship. Started getting harder and harder to talk to a girl. I haven't dated in a long time. And I'm happy for that. Because I found myself. And now, women can't stop looking at me. I'm right back to where I started when I was 20 years old. I was a playboy. And a very good one. Because I was just having fun. We were all just having fun. I didn't attach myself to no female, and they were fine with it. I could have fun with a woman and not be all about sex. It wasn't always about sex. Sex came, but I wasn't stressing about it. I wasn't pushing for it. I had great sex because there wasn't no lean-to on it. I wasn't going out just searching for that good. I just went out and did my thing, and it just always seemed to happen for me. I was a true alpha male. It's not hard to be an alpha male. You just got to go out and do your thing, not pay attention to anything else. All that going out and only pussy hunting, only dick hunting. You'll come to find out that it's not the way to go out. You go out with just the notion of just wanting to have a good time and expanding your experiences, having fun, you're definitely going to find somebody to play with. There's always somebody out there that's willing to play and have fun with you. Just because you're an adult doesn't mean you can't have fun. Doesn't mean you can't play like a child. We're all children of God, the one true. Not the one you read about in the Bible. That Bible's fake. Most everything in that Bible is false, twisted with so many lies. And that's a big thing too. See, everybody thinks that Bible was written by God. The Bible wasn't written by God. The Bible was written by corrupt men with the word of God tangled up with the word of old gods. Not the God, but our gods.
What does he mean? Oh, he's so full of shit, I'm going to turn him off. I ain't going to listen to him no more. He's lying. He's lying. He must be the devil. He must be the devil.
I am far from that. Far from that. Probably more pure than most of y'all assholes ever dreamed of. Even preachers ain't got shit on me. Pope! He ain't pure. He ain't pure by no means. He's one of them too. One of them.
What does he mean? What is that?
Well, this story dates back since the dawning of time. Adam and Eve were not the humans that you see today. They were Neanderthals. The Anunnaki, if you've never heard of them, look them up. The Anunnaki were our first gods, our creators. Yes, we are children of the light, without a doubt, 100%. We were created in God's image. Light. We all possess God's light inside of us. All things possess God's light. It doesn't matter if it's negative or positive. The Anunnaki, they are children of the light too. Evolved children of the light, but still children of the light. They are third dimensional negative energies or negative entities, Luciferian energies. They are Lucifer. They are Lucifer from the Bible. They are what we know as the devil. And I mean that wholeheartedly. They are the creators. They are the ones who came down here and corrupted mankind. Mankind was very spiritual. Neanderthals, connected to the nature, loving in nature. They were people of the land. Generally like your Indians and your African tribes and your Mayan tribes. They were very spiritual. They were connected to the source. They were connected to Mother Earth. They were connected to everything. They didn't practice Christianity. They just were. They just knew. They didn't have none of that extra stuff. You think I'm lying. The closer to God you get, the more knowledge you possess. And I'm not lying about that. Knowledge comes to me and I have no idea where it comes from. I didn't read it. I don't know anything about it. But it comes to me. I guess I'm channeling messages differently than some. I channel just through speaking. But as sometimes I'm speaking things, I'm like, really? Get out of here. I go looking stuff up. I'm finding it. I'm not the only person that knows about this. I'm not the only person that's channeled these messages. I'm not the only person that knows of any of this. Quite a few people, actually. But these Anunnaki, they came down here and they spliced our DNA. They wanted slaves. They couldn't enslave the Neanderthals. They couldn't enslave Adam and Eve. So what they do? They created their own Adam and Eve through their DNA and the DNA of the Neanderthals. They created the humans that you see today. And as time goes on and on and on and on, we fell further and further and further and further through the manipulation of the serpent. That serpent tongue in the Bible. The serpent tongue happens to be reptilians, draconians. They're also in the Bible. They are known as the serpents, but they are humanoid reptilian aliens that came here around the time of the Anunnaki in collaboration with the Anunnaki as a means to control us, to enslave us. They felt empowered, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why they did what they did, but you can't trust them. Those are those little negative thoughts that are inside your head. All that negative whispering. You can't do this. Don't do this.
In half a mile, use the right 3 lanes to stay on I-95 North.
I'm almost to the White House, by the way. So, coming back to that,
Use the right 3 lanes to stay on I-95 North.
we were enslaved since the dawn of our time. We've all been enslaved. There is no
Keep
such
right
thing.
to stay on I-95 North.
Shut up, Google. We've all been enslaved. That's why I say there is no such thing as racism, but what you make it. And if you can't handle some comments in life, somebody calling you a nigger or a wop or a cracker or a gook, I'm sorry, you really ain't gonna be able to handle shit in life. Because we've all been called some nasty things. White people aren't racist. No more racist than a black person nowadays. All I hear from black people are cracker this and cracker this and cracker that and cracker. Do I look like a fucking cracker? No. Do they look like a nigger? No. I don't even know what a nigger looks like. It's just a word. They look black. They can be brown. They can be charcoal black. Them African boys are pretty charcoal black. I don't care about your color. I really don't. What I care about is how you act, how you carry yourself. Your attitude determines your altitude. And that's real. If I don't know, I've met quite a few black people that I've been locked up with, and that was one of the things that black dude told me. He says black people piss him off probably just as much as they piss anybody else off. Out here running around calling each other nigga, 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 nigga this and nigga that, niggas my homies. You're just keeping the racism alive with it, with your own people. Stop calling each other nigga. If you stop calling each other nigga, start calling each other brother and homies, you might actually not think about it too much. Not every white person is out here trying to call you a nigger. This shit's old. It's done. Every one of us has fought for this land. I don't like the word. I've used it only to determine when a black person acts exactly how they act, like a nigger, trash. But that goes for white people, brown people, Hispanics. Nigger was a word that was given to somebody who couldn't read and couldn't write, an ignorant, trash ass person. Check it. It meant ignorant. Can't read, can't write. Which was most blacks back in the day. Sorry to say that. That's had nothing to do with the color of your skin. Had everything to do with an ignorant person. Egyptians have been enslaved. Jews have been enslaved. Hebrews have been enslaved. White people have been enslaved. In fact, white people were enslaved back in Ireland. England enslaved white people. Just saying. We've all been enslaved. It ain't about race. Get that out your minds, people. Blacks, whites, we are all here at ground level with each other. We are all facing the same struggle together. Put the colors behind us. I don't care what flag you come from. I don't care what flag you post, what country you come from, what religion, what creed, what color your skin. We are all humans. We are all humans. We all bleed red. Now, I don't know about the elite. They might bleed green or blue. I don't know. Still have yet to find that out. But for all of us down here at the bottom, we all bleed the same colors. We are all humans. I love each and every one of y'all. I'm out here every day saying hi, helping somebody change the tire, helping somebody lift something. Black, white, it don't matter who you are. If I see that you need help, I jump in. But if you act like a trash ass person, I ain't gonna help you. I'm gonna walk away. And I ain't gonna think twice about you. I'm not even gonna give you the common courtesy of giving you a piece of my energy. I save my energy for those who deserve it and those who truly need it. And that's what it really all boils down to. Your energy goes right back to the same thing I was saying. We're all children of the light. Everything that we know of to this day has been a lie. We've been lied to by the very people that we trust to protect us. Our government, our governments, our kings, our queens. Am I saying that they're bad people? No, by no means. They've got some bad agendas, but they're all being controlled by the Anunnaki and the reptilians themselves. They're just empowered slaves. They're slaves too, trust me. They're no different than us. They're slaves. Slaves to the alien races that come down here and want to control us. There are alien races out there that want to help us. They're out there pushing us, guiding us, showing true compassion. No matter how many times we cuss and yell at the skies, still love and compassion. They still love us. They still continue to keep pushing. Little by little, if you watch my videos, you'll start understanding. Some of these videos ain't gonna resonate with everybody. Some of these videos you probably want to delete and have deleted. You'll probably call YouTube and say, oh, well, he used this and he said this. I'm just trying to wake y'all up. Words are just words, people. I've been called a lot of nasty things. Fuck ass vet. What's me being a vet have to do with me being a fuck ass? Just saying. I'm a fuck ass because I'm a fuck ass. It has nothing to do with me being a vet. So why are you throwing vet out there? But people do. It used to piss me off. Now I just realize that they're just angry. They're angry because they're going through a struggle. No different than I've gone through a struggle and said some nasty things in my life. I've called people a lot of things. In fact, I'm a vocabulary scientist. I create words. Some of them words are pretty powerful too, because they hurt people. Stop throwing all the name calling around. It does no good. It just puts more negativity back into the world, and your kids suffer for it. Our kids suffer for it. Our grandkids suffer for it. Now, what's the sense in calling somebody some dumbass names just so your kid ends up getting called those same dumbass names because you're shouting these names around? This kid uses your same things that you're saying and then spreads it. It spreads. It's an infection. It's an infection, people. No matter how much, no matter what type of negativity you put out into this world, it's an infection. It's a disease. Negativity brings more negativity. If you stop with the negative thoughts and the negative actions and the negative words, all this slang, nasty shit that y'all be calling people and doing to people, I don't care what that person did to you. Keep it trucking. They can't stop you. You are unbreakable. Be that unshakable person that your kids need you to be. That your grandkids are going to need you to be. Let's break the chains, people.